Gus Johnson is the best in the business, the very best in the business. I said it, he's better than everybody, better than Brad Nessler, better than Joe Buck. You name him, he's better. Mike Breen, Mike Tirico. I said Joe Buck. Mike Patrick. It don't matter. He's better than all of them. Spiros Ditos, even though I love Spiros. Spiros is great. Iron Eagle. Iron is great. And Noah is coming into his own as a young commentator. Gus is better than all of them. Testing 1, 2. Here we go. Here we go. Microphone check 1, 2. What is this? Not that day, not that time, but y'all looking at me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special early Wednesday edition of Club Pizzle House, featuring Pizzle Speaks. I am Pizzle, of course. Thank you guys, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Appreciate the patience. Yesterday, I just couldn't do it. It's been a week already. It's just been one of those weeks already, and it's only Wednesday. And I'll leave it at that. Thank y'all for the support. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, send comments. Y'all know what to do. I'm gonna say it every week, but y'all know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share it out, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Also, make sure y'all tell y'all friends. Log on to OhioEntertainmentAwards.org. Nominate Club Pizzle for Best Podcast. This is the 4th, or I believe the 5th year in a row that I've been nominated there. I need y'all to run it up. Y'all have until November the 17th to get those votes in. Y'all can vote as many times as y'all like. It is unlimited. Ohio Entertainment Awards is going on November the 23rd down in Akron. The day before that, we got Battleground. We got the last one of 2025 Battleground Performance League. We are back at Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines. The Princess Champion Vixen herself, Princess Love, is going to be defending her title for the first time. And we are a week out. I haven't had an opportunity to speak to Meech this week, but I don't see no competitors. Where are y'all competitors at? Y'all say y'all the best in the city. Y'all got to let us see. Y'all got to show us something. Princess Love needs challengers. So bring it. Come on down, Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines. Hit up Mr. Shredder if y'all want to sign up. Again, that is Battleground Performance League. We'll be at Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines on November the 22nd. Ohio Entertainment Awards taking place November the 23rd down in Akron. I believe it's the Goodyear Theater. Shout out to Andrew Lloyd. Shout out to Dre Day. Shout out to those guys over at the Ohio Entertainment Awards. Also, the Trappy Dedication Awards will be taking place December the 30th. I believe that's what the flyer says. Shout out to Trappy. He's going to be doing this thing. And I also seen that the Cleveland Music Awards is back. That will be taking place sometime in January. Shout out to the people who run that. I'm not sure if there's a podcast category in there anywhere, or if it's anything like. I'll let y'all guys know. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Y'all know I go for any and everything that I can throw my podcast on, and I'm the sports guy in the midst of all of these other entertainment things that go on, but yet and still I'm the pod guy, so I have to make sure I get myself into all of those. Quick programming notes. Y'all will have a couple more of these. I think I might do a super show next Tuesday. I think. No, actually, no, not next Tuesday. Y'all will get y'all regulars, but the week of Thanksgiving, y'all gonna get a big super show on Tuesday. I'm preparing to take a trip. I'm going down south for after Thanksgiving. Or the day after Thanksgiving. I'm headed south. My grandmother's 90th birthday celebration. I'm gonna be hitting the road. The wife and I will be hitting the road. So I'm just gonna do one big show on Tuesday. And then after that, in December, once the college football playoff is announced, I'm shutting down for the year. Y'all will get Pizzle's picks, but I'm closing up. I do that in December, middle of December, always take that off. I am going to do the picks. I am going to pick the bowl games and stuff like that. But other than that, y'all won't get like this or Club Pizzle for that matter. I'm taking my sabbatical at the end of the year like I always do. All right, man, before we get to it, let me let you guys know again that Club Pizzle Happy Hour featuring Pizzle's Picks and Club Pizzle are both powered by and sponsored by and partnered up with Dubby Energy. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus and real energy that keeps your neighborhood-friendly pod guy locked in from the opening take to the final segment. If you're tired of feeling fried and wired from those other energy drinks, Dubby got you. Loaded with natural caffeine, vitamins, and flavor that actually hit. No sugar, no BS, just pure performance. Whether you grinding at work, gaming, creating content, or just need that midday push, Dubby is the move. That sounds great, Don, but how in the hell do I get my hands on this Dubby that you speak of? Funny you should ask. All you have to do is log on to Dubby.com, use the promo code PODGUY at the checkout, and you guys will get 10% off of your order. Let me repeat that for y'all. Hit Dubby.com, right? Pick out your flavors, get your cup. It's a bunch of stuff on there that you might be interested in. Use especially the cup. And at checkout, use the promo code PODGUY. That's PODGAWD at the checkout, and you will get 10% off of your order. So support the pod, fuel your own hustle, and stay tapped in with Dubby Energy, because the best pod in the land deserves the best energy. Now, let's get to it, man. What a weekend we had in college football. Thank goodness I took the weekend off from work. I almost went into work. I was like, no, I'm taking it off because I'm working my next day off is Thanksgiving. Just tell y'all that. And I'm just day 3 into it. But anyway, great weekend of college football with some very good games. Indiana survived against Penn State. What a game that was. Indiana went up early. Penn State rally took the lead in the fourth quarter. Fernando Mendoza with that game-winning drive. There were 2 or 3 amazing catches on that drive. And can we please, everybody, just Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson is the best in the business, the very best in the business. Yeah, I said it. He's better than everybody. Better than Brad Nessler. Better than Joe Buck. You name him, he's better. Mike Breen, Mike Tirico. I said Joe Buck. Mike Patrick. It don't matter. He's better than all of them. Spiros Ditos, even though I love Spiros. Spiros is great. Ian Eagle, Noah Eagle. I like the Eagles. Ian is great, and Noah is coming into his own as a young commentator. Gus is better than all of them. That call, and I literally watched that and listened to that call for, I'm still listening to it. It's great. Gus almost lost his voice. Gus probably failed now. Gus is he's the greatest, man. But Indiana surviving that number 2 team in the country. That's Fernando Mendoza's signature Heisman moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Spoiler, kind of a spoiler for my Heisman list. Fernando Mendoza is the dude. Y'all can whatever y'all want. There is an argument, and I'll get to it when I get to it. But right now, Fernando Mendoza is the front runner. He's been the front runner since he won the Oregon game. There's that. Texas Tech beat the hell out of BYU. There's defense being played in the Big 12. And that never used to be. That was video game. That is who holding the sticks. What difficulty do y'all have it on? And where in the hell are the sliders? Because that's what that conference used to be. Now you got Texas Tech with this lockdown defense. They locked down Utah. And now they play BYU, and they beat the hell out of BYU. By the way, I love Pat Mahomes, but those Pat Mahomes Texas Tech unis are horrible. You know what? I ain't even about to start the shoe war. I'm going to just leave that alone. Alabama rolls against LSU. I tell you what, ever since that Florida State loss, Alabama has looked flawless practically. This team has a case to be the number 1 team in the country. This team has a case to be the number 1 seed in the college football playoff. There's a reason they were ranked in the top 4 last week, and I'm going to read those rankings off to y'all in a second here. But there's a reason why this team was one of those top 4. Because after the Florida State game, look at this guy. They went to Georgia, beat Georgia. They beat Vanderbilt and Vanderbilt. They beat Missouri. They beat 4 consecutive ranked teams in 4 consecutive weeks without a bye week. That's the SEC for you. Oregon survived against Iowa. It's just something. I love Kirk Ferentz. And it's a disservice, and maybe it's a decision that he wanted to make. Kirk Ferentz should have been an NFL coach a long time ago. I feel like Kirk Ferentz should have got the Cleveland Browns job like 15, 20 years ago, if you ask me. Let's get to these college football rankings. Before I get to running my mouth on some things. The top 4 seeds remain the same. Or actually, let me just run down I'm gonna go 20 through 1. 20 through 15, you have Louisville, Virginia, USC. 20. Excuse me, it's Louisville. 19 is Virginia. 18 is Michigan. 17 is USC. 16 is Georgia Tech. That's very interesting because these ACC teams are all bunched up in here, and it's very, very, that conference is very, very weird and could take a wild turn in these last few weeks. 15 are my Miami Hurricanes. I'm happy about that, and y'all will see why in a minute. Vanderbilt is 14. Utah is 13. BYU is 12. Oklahoma is 11. Has a big game coming up. Again, those ACC teams are bunched up in there. 10, Texas. 9, Notre Dame. 8, Oregon. 7, Ole Miss. 6, Texas Tech. 5, Georgia. 4, Alabama. 3, Texas A&M. 2, Indiana. 1, Ohio State. So the top 4 are the same. The top 5 actually are exactly the same. And I think it's going to be like this. Those top 5 will remain this. Georgia has one more conference game, and it's against Texas. They have and they play Georgia Tech to end their season. Ole Miss You win out, you're in. Oregon, you win out, you're in. They're not getting to the Big Ten championship unless Indiana or Ohio State bumps their head. Then there's an opportunity for them to get there. Notre Dame, if they win out, they're locked in. Texas can play spoiler. Texas has Georgia on their schedule, and I believe they also have Texas A&M on their schedule. So they have an opportunity. If they beat Georgia this Saturday, I could see Texas jumping all the way up to up to 5. I could see them teams swapping out. I could see Texas moving to 5 and Georgia dropping to 10, and seeing where everybody else falls in there. Let me see. Yeah, that sounds about correct. So the bracket would go like this, and I'll explain why it is the way it is. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama all get the bye weeks. The first round matchups will be played according to the seeding. Georgia, Oregon, Texas Tech, Ole Miss will all have home games if the playoffs started today. Georgia would take on South Florida, who is as of right now the best of the group of 5 teams, or they're the highest, which is crazy because James Madison is ranked 24 and they're the only one that's right. Like it's weird. But South Florida, as of today, would be the highest ranking group of 5 team. And the highest ranking group of 5 team would get a spot, which is why the top 10 is where the cutoff is. And then the ACC champion is not ranked in that top 10. We'll get there. Oregon would host Notre Dame. Texas Tech would host my Miami Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are the highest ranked ACC team, so that puts them there. And Ole Miss would host Texas. Those are the playoff matchups. As you can see, the ACC and the Big 12 are both one bid conferences. And I think it's going to be like that. The ACC got this whole crazy little thing going on where I seen a scenario where if Duke wins out as a 4-loss conference champion, they still possibly can be left out. Conference championships really don't mean anything. I think that's how it is. But it's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking at these group of 5 teams. You got South Florida, you got Memphis, you have North Texas, you have Tulane, you have Navy, you have James Madison, and you have San Diego State. James Madison is the most intriguing team of all of these teams. They are 7-1, and their only loss is to Louisville, who still potentially could win the ACC championship. South Florida's only 2 losses are to Miami and Memphis. Memphis lost to Tulane and UAB, so that kind of like screws them. North Texas has 1 loss, and it's against South Florida. Tulane's 2 losses are against Ole Miss and UTSA. Navy lost to Notre Dame. Man, I think San Diego State might have lost to Boise. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on with these group of 5 teams because I think a lot of them play each other. I'm pulling for James Madison because they are still brand new to like the FBS, like the big Division 1A. I'm old school. I remember when it was Division 1A and 1AA. They're still new to this. Is maybe their 3rd year in. Remember their first year or their first couple of years, they were undefeated going into like the last 2 weeks of the season. I believe that's where Kirk Cignetti came from. It's James Madison. Tulane is another one of those teams. I believe Tulane is. Well, I did have Liberty like early on. I thought Liberty was gonna make some noise. Same thing with Tulane. Tulane, they all still have a chance because a lot of these teams are in the same conference. They're gonna play each other, or they've played each other, so they're gonna weed each other out. I am so looking forward to this. I love college football. I love college football more than I love the NFL, which is why I talk more college football here than I do the NFL. I'm more in tune. I'm sitting down in where I'm at right now, but I'm in my recliner and I'm watching college football all day from 12 noon to 12 midnight on a Saturday. Unless a WWE event comes on or unless a Cavs game comes on, I'm tuned in all day. I got the ESPN app. I can watch 4 games simultaneously. That's the one thing. ESPN, I want y'all to hear me and I want y'all to hear me good. I know you guys are busy having a pissing contest with Google over the rights to putting ESPN back on YouTube TV. I get that. I understand that. I hope you guys come to an understanding. But ESPN needs to bring Goalline back. Goalline is the college football version of NFL Red Zone. You don't have to do it from 12 to you don't have to do it as long as they do it. I remember you can give me the 3:30 games until the late ones. Or you can do it from noon all the way the whole day. Like, I'm with that. I'm with all that. Please just get that. Y'all can bring Goalline back. Y'all got your own standalone app. Y'all can hire somebody. Y'all can hire me to be the guy to sit and watch all of the games and cut to games when we need to cut the games. Bring ESPN Goalline back. Please, pretty please. Heisman list. Let me go 10-1. In at number 10, Gunnar Stockton, quarterback from Georgia. I don't think he's going to get any higher than this unless he has an absolute crazy game against Texas. I don't think so because that defense is so good. I'm expecting a low-scoring game in that one. When you get good on good, it's always those low-scoring games. In at number 9, I got Haynes King from Georgia Tech. Haynes King is one of the most exciting quarterbacks in college football. And I'm going to leave it at that. Like, I don't get to what guys are going to do as pros until around draft. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I know how to separate it. I'm not one of these guys who sits on social media and craps on college guys and say how they won't be nothing in the NFL. I don't care about that. I'm watching you in the moment. I live in the moment. I'm going to live in the moment. I'm going to be a prisoner of that moment. In at number 8, I got Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. He would or could be higher had Marcus Freeman decided to run him in the Miami game. They could have may have beaten Miami if he. Anyway, Jeremiah Love is killing. He's balling now. Like, I love it. In at number 7, Jeremiah Smith, the man child. I want to put him higher. It's just the other receiver over there's numbers are just as comparable. And his quarterback is on a level, and we'll get there. In at number 6, Dante Moore, QB from Oregon. I'm going to keep him up here, and this is probably where he'll stop. In at number 5, Jake Pavia from Vanderbilt. What a year he's had. If he could have beat Alabama, or he could have beat, like, if he or this is where he stops. Now, the top 4 have been up here for most of the year, if not all of this year. And I think my top 4 guys are going to be the guys that are going to New York. And at some point, and there's a scenario, conference championship week, these quarterbacks are going to face off. And there's a possibility that we get these matchups in a semifinal and a college football playoff final. And at number 4 is Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed still has the opportunity because he still has Texas and he still has the SEC championship game, a possible showdown with Alabama and Ty Simpson, who is on this list and hasn't been named yet. In at number 3 is Ty Simpson. I flip-flop with this for a minute. Is he 3? Is he 2? Is Julian saying 2 or 3? I fought with it. And I ultimately came to, okay, Ty Simpson is 3. And at number 2, I got Julian saying. He's ramping it up. And he still can win this thing. But ultimately, in at number 1, this Heisman Trophy is Fernando Mendoza's to lose. He's in at number 1. He's been my number 1 guy probably for the last 3-4 weeks running since the Oregon game. Real quick in the NFL, I think this stretch run is going to be fun. This is what I love about pro basketball. I mean, pro football. Got basketball on my mind. It's basketball season. The Cleveland Cavaliers are currently getting ready to play. No starters. I think DeAndre Hunter, Jared Allen. Anyway, these last few weeks, it's some races. The AFC East, and with New England and Buffalo, I think the AFC West is going to go right down to it. The AFC North, I still feel like is good. I feel like it's Baltimore. I still feel like Baltimore is getting ready to go crazy. I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've been showing us who they are for the last couple of games, and you see what's happening. But I want to focus on this MVP race. Who do y'all have as the NFL MVP? Or give me 3 guys who y'all feel like could be the MVP. That'd be a poll question. For me, this race is going to come down to, I got Matthew Stafford, and it's criminal that Matt Stafford does not have a most valuable player trophy. But then I forget he played so many years in Detroit, and those teams were bad. He does have a Super Bowl ring, and I believe he does have a Super Bowl MVP. So that kind of makes up for that. Another thing about Matt Stafford, man, I hope they've already sized him up for his Hall of Fame jacket, because that dude is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. The first time I seen that dude throw a deep ball to Muhammad Massaquoi at Georgia, I say, oh my God, this guy is going to be great. And he has been great. His early days in Detroit weren't so great. They were a bad team. He was so many bad teams. Him and Calvin Johnson were a hell of a combination. They made a move. He got him a Super Bowl ring. Jonathan Taylor is on that MVP list. If you have Jonathan Taylor in fantasy football, good gracious. By the way, in one of my fantasy leagues, I am undefeated at 10-0. I got the screenshot to prove it. I'll post my screenshot. And I think I just jinxed myself because I'm probably going to lose my next game. Jared Goff is another MVP candidate. Detroit continues to put up these big numbers. They continue to put up 40 burgers all over the place. They're trying to, it's nuts, man. Jared Goff. Drake May still has an opportunity. The Patriots are in first place. The Patriots look great. Drake May looks great. He just has to finish. And Baker Mayfield has been, he was my guy. Remember, said it on my preview. He could be an MVP guy, or he could win MVP. I said it. And I got the receipts. And the New York Giants fired Brian Davis. I'm not shocked, but I'm not happy about it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they fired him. I don't think it's fair to fire him. Even though the pressure was on him, you got to win. You came here, you took him to the playoffs your first year, won a playoff game. I get that. But this year was kind of a year once Malik Neighbors went down and once Cam Scatterboo went down. Nobody expected Cam Scatterboo to come in and kind of make New York fans say Saquon who? Some. And y'all know exactly the ones I'm talking about, and I'll leave it there. And then Jackson Dart, they say he's been evaluated for 4 possible concussions. That is absolutely crazy. But I don't think he should have been fired. That is, I just don't agree. Don't agree with them doing that to him. But they said you got to win, and 2-8. All right, you got to go. That's gonna be a pretty hot job for the NFL, honestly. Coach in New York, you got a franchise quarterback in Jackson Dart. You got Malik Neighbors, a franchise wide receiver. You got Cam Scatterboo, a franchise running back. You have a hell of a defensive line, a pretty good front seven. If you ask me, Brian Burns, you got Kayvon Thibodeau. You got some dogs over there. You bring the right coach in, and that team, you can at least finish second to the Philadelphia Eagles. Candidates, I'll wait on that. Speaking of people getting fired, the Dallas Mavericks fired Nico Harrison yesterday. I get a good laugh out of that because it's like, damn, I done did my show prep. I did some show prep Monday. Had a long Monday. Did some show prep Monday. And it was like, I might be cool. But then, bam, here comes Nico getting fired. And I was going to lead. If I'd have recorded yesterday, I would have led with Nico's firing. It was the hot story of the day. I know I have to those stories. But the more I look at this, and I get it and I understand it, Nico Harrison is a scapegoat in all of this. That owner could have fired him 6 months ago. He could have got fired after their season ended, after they were eliminated from the playoffs. But you wait, you're 10 games, 11 games into a new season, and then you decide, all right, you got to get out. Even though I did hear a story, they were saying that Nico was trying to pressure Anthony Davis in coming back from his calf injury, and we all know calf strains are the first steps towards popping your Achilles. We've seen it. We saw it with Kevin Durant. We saw it with Jason Tatum. We saw it with Tyrese Halliburton. Rest that calf, Anthony Davis. And I'll say this again, Nico is a scapegoat in all of this because of the Luka trade, and the fans are pissed at Nico about the Luka trade. But do y'all know, or do fans know, or do anybody else out there besides me and a few people who actually pay attention to sports and know hierarchies and know things, y'all do know the owner had to sign off on that. So the owner's like, well, I can't fire myself. I own this bitch. I'm going to just use him as a scapegoat. I'm going to make him take the accountability. Oh, we messed up. I signed off on this. Nico, you're fired. It's absolutely crazy that nobody thought of that or nobody's thinking about that. I'm watching the big guys on the big networks, and they're really blowing it up on Nico. They're tearing Nico up. I mean, I understand. You can laugh at him and you can go at him for making that move or even going to the owner and saying, I want to trade Luka. But the stories that you're hearing about Luka, the things that you're seeing with Luka, Michael Finley, who was named the new GM with Dallas. Congrats to Big Mike Finley. Love Mike Finley. Mike Finley was a hell of a player when he played. Him taking a beer from Luka, whatever. It's just all weird. And now apparently the Mavericks are putting Anthony Davis on the trading block. I'm just going to stop a lot of people right now and saying Anthony Davis is not going back to the Los Angeles Lakers. Financially, it cannot happen unless you're going to trade LeBron James or Luka Doncic. And that's not going to happen. You're not trading LeBron to the Dallas Mavericks to play with Cooper Flag or to build around Cooper Flag. It's something that's just not going to happen. One of my buddies was saying, you can trade him and Klay Thompson. Nope, not going to happen. It financially will not work. The Lakers would have to gut their team. Literally. Ayton, Austin Reeves, and LeBron, they're not trading Luka back to Dallas. It's not going to happen. It's already, that's not going to happen. It's financially impossible. I can't even think of a team I do know a team that has the young talent and the assets to get Anthony Davis. But I think Sam Presti and Oklahoma City are like, we're good. I can't see him going to the Miami Heat because Pat Riley is another one of those guys who can manipulate things. They've changed their style of play. I don't see AD going there, and you would have to trade Bam Adebayo and or Tyler Hero for the money to match. I don't know. Because at this point in his career, Anthony Davis wants to play for a contender. I'm not even going to bring up my Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to leave that alone. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. At least not today, I'm not. Just thinking of possible landing spots for Anthony Davis. I don't even know if the New Orleans Hornets would want him back. It would be nice for him to go back to New Orleans where it all started with him, but you might have to trade Zion. And that would be crazy because all the Duke guys would be over there. You got him, you have Coop, you got Kyrie who's still on the mend. Derek Lively also went to Duke. You got Jason Kidd coaching these guys. And I think Jason Kidd's on borrowed time. I feel like Mike Finley is looking at Jason Kidd like, hey, get this thing together. But Jason Kidd might have an out. The team that Nico put together for him is not out there. They're injured. They got injuries all over the place. It's crazy. And it was nasty watching them last year. They got to the point where they were so injured that their G League guys ran out of options and out of time to play in the NBA because G League guys do have a limit on how much time they can play. And it's crazy that had to happen. But let's see how this thing unfolds. I do feel like there's going to be some big trade in the NBA. One of the stars is going to go somewhere. I don't know where Anthony Davis can go or what contending team can trade for him. And it's just financial. His contract is just crazy. All right, Pizzles. Clemson travels to take on number 19 Louisville. I want to pick Clemson to win this game so bad because the Miami Hurricane fan in me wants these teams to lose multiple games, and Louisville will have to lose another game for that tiebreaker to make sense. And then again, it's a whole scenario where Duke wins out, and with 4 losses, they can win the ACC championship. Like, it's a lot. But I'm going to go with Louisville to win this game at home, at night. I believe this is a Friday night game. Minnesota travels to take on Oregon. Give me Oregon, man. Autzen Stadium is such a tough place to play. I want to go there to watch a game. That place is on my bucket list. And also Starkville, Mississippi State. I want to go. I need to know, do I need to bring my own cowbell when I do go? It's on my bucket list. I'm going to call my folks down south, like one of my, like, when Alabama plays. Hey, y'all want to go to the Mississippi State game? We want to go to Starkville? I want to go. I just want to see that whole cowbell thing. That's why I want to go. Number 9, Notre Dame at number 23, Pitt. This is a big game. This is the game. I believe this is the game. College game day is going to be there. Old Patty McAfee is going home. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. And I don't think this game is going to be close. I think Notre Dame is going to. I got them by 17. Wisconsin travels to take on number 2, Indiana. We'll see how Indiana responds and bounces back from that close encounter on the road at Penn State. Number 18, Michigan at Northwestern. I'm going to go with Michigan. I think Michigan is better than a lot of teams. It's just once they get to the top, and we'll see what happens in the Ohio State game, how confident they are going to play Ohio State after they've beaten them the last few times. South Carolina at number 3, Texas A&M. Give me A&M. That's Kyle Field. South Carolina is at a letdown. Lenora Sellers is pissed off down there. This has been a disappointing season for South Carolina. It makes me wonder what they're gonna do with. And it makes me think, like, what is he gonna do? There's a job in Blacksburg that's open. Just keep your eyes peeled on that. Arizona at number 22, Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati. Cincinnati and Texas Tech are on a collision course for the Big 12 championship. Mm-hmm. Love to see it. I'm looking for that one. South Florida, number 25 at Navy. This should be a good game. I want to pick Navy, but I'm going to go with South Florida. South Florida is a hell of a football team. And they very well might be the best of the group of 5 guys, with the exception of James Madison. Number 20, Virginia at Duke. This is a big one, and this can put a stop to all of that. Duke can win the ACC as a 4-loss team. This could put a stop to all of that. I'm going to go with Virginia to win this game. Ain't no way in hell Manny Diaz got this team hot where they can win out. I don't think so. Just don't see it. Number 17, USC at Iowa. Iowa coming off of that close encounter with Oregon. I think this one is going to be a little different. I think USC is going to win this game by a couple touchdowns. Number 11, Oklahoma at number 4, Alabama. This is going to be a game for the ages. Alabama is looking to get their lick back from losing to Oklahoma last year. I'm going to go with Alabama. Alabama is going to get their lick back. Alabama is, they want their lick back, and I think they're going to get it here. UCF at number 8, Texas Tech. And when I'm giving these rankings, these are their rankings in the AP poll, not their college football playoff. I know some of y'all might be wondering. Give me Texas Tech at home. Appalachian State at number 24, James Madison. Give me James Madison. And finally, number 10, Texas at number 5, Georgia. That is under the lights in between the hedges. I'm going to go with Georgia. But if Texas pulls that out and Arch Manning has a big game, whoop, look out. It's going to be some trouble. In the NFL, Thursday night, tomorrow night, the New York Jets travel to take on the New England Patriots. Give me the Patriots in this game by a lot. The Washington Commanders travel. Well, both these teams are in Madrid. The first game in Madrid, 9:30 Sunday morning. The Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. The Dolphins still aren't a good team, but they're better than Washington. Washington's offense is shot. Marcus Mariota is who he is, but I think Miami gets this one in Madrid. Carolina Panthers travel to take on the Atlanta Falcons. I want to pick Carolina. But something is telling me this Jekyll and Hyde ass Atlanta Falcons team is going to win this game. So I'm going to go with the Falcons here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to take on the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen versus Baker Mayfield, the 2018 draftees, if you will. Take Buffalo. That would be 2 straight losses for Baker and Tampa Bay, and this is that part of that schedule. They're still going to win their division. They're still the best team in their division. I'm just going to go with Buffalo here. The Houston Texans travel to take on the Tennessee Titans. Give me Houston on the road here. Tennessee is bad. The only other team that might be just as bad as them are the Cleveland Browns. And guess who plays each other with the rights for probably going to be like the loser's going to get the number 1 pick. The Browns and Titans, end of the year. The Chicago Bears travel to take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are on a nice little streak. I'm going to pick the Vikings to win this game. The Vikings, J.J. McCarthy is balling. I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with the Vikings. The Green Bay Packers travel to take on the New York Giants. Give me Green Bay. I still feel like Green Bay can get to the Super Bowl. I know who I picked to go to the Super Bowl. But the Packers defense has really picked up. And the Giants got a brand new interim head coach. Jackson Dart might not play. Well, Jackson Dart isn't playing. Jameis Winston is a starter. Give me Green Bay. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Unk Bowl 2. Aaron Rodgers versus Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. Sorry. I'm not picking the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I don't care, and I don't have any shame about it. Give me the Bengals on the road. The Steelers are starting their swoon, and they're going to let Baltimore catch them and pass them in the next 3 or 4 weeks. The Los Angeles Chargers travel to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Chargers. Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence. I love when these two guys go at it. Like the playoff game they had a couple of years ago against each other. It's classic. I think we're here for another ball game. Y'all know how I feel about these West to East teams. It's a little different here. Give me the Chargers. The Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the LA Rams at SoFi. Give me the Rams. This is the biggest. I think this is the biggest game of the week, besides Detroit and Philly. But this is a big one. NFC West implications, playoff implications, bye week, first round bye week implications. It's a lot going on here. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Again, like I can't say enough about Matt Stafford and the Rams and about Sean McVay. Sean McVay is going to get 8, 9 wins, 10 wins a year and get his team to the playoffs. I love it. Rams at home. The San Francisco 49ers travel to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Brock Purdy should be back soon. Mac Jones is doing a pretty good job. San Francisco is finally starting to get a little bit healthy. I'm going to go with the 49ers on the road. The Baltimore Ravens come to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. You already know where I'm going. I'm not picking the Browns to win another freaking game this year. Not against Vegas, not against Tennessee, not against Chicago. I don't give a damn. I'm not picking them the rest of the year. If you didn't know, now you know. Baltimore wins this game. And watch, this will be the game that the Browns win, because when they play Baltimore in Cleveland, it's always a high-scoring nip-tuck game. And watch what happens. But I'm going to go with Baltimore. The Kansas City Chiefs travel to take on the Denver Broncos, AFC West showdown. I'm going with Kansas City. They still own them. Sean Payton and the Broncos have been playing very well this year. Bo Nix. I'm going with Kansas City, though. That man, Patrick LeVon Mahomes. I think the streak starts now with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles, that is the Sunday night, too. I'm picking Detroit. Detroit is going to, my Super Bowl is Detroit and Buffalo. So I'm going with Detroit there. And finally, on Monday night, the Dallas Mavericks. I got basketball on my mind, y'all. Excuse me. The Dallas Cowboys travel to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm taking the Cowboys on the road here. Ladies and gentlemen, Club Pizzle Happy Hour featuring Pizzle's Picks. Thank you guys. Tune in tomorrow. Club Pizzle. Y'all know I go local. I go Cleveland. I'm going to talk about this mess that's going on with the Browns, this disgusting loss. And I'm going to try to talk some logic into y'all. I think I tried a little bit on my social media, but I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think y'all understood me. So I'm going to give y'all a little more. Going to talk a little bit of Cleveland Cavaliers and my tribute to Lenny Wilkens tomorrow. So until tomorrow, peace.